Don Westfall, Dan McCarter back in downtown Mankato. There you see the banner from last season, and all of a sudden there's going to be another one that's going to go up next to that one as we get ready and look forward. We got a lot of hockey to play this year, but it kind of gives us a chance to talk about next year. We got something to look forward to with a new banner coming into the building. But the Mavericks, really in my mind, Dan, certainly since Christmas, when they've been playing some pretty good hockey since Christmas, but one of the more defining victories we've seen tonight from the Mavericks, outside of the one faux pas on the goal, for the Beavers there late in the second, they dominated this contest tonight.
Well, as we mentioned, in the NHL, you get to see a stat called scoring chances. And I don't know if Bemidji had any more than one scoring chance and they were able to finish it off. Otherwise, the Mavericks just shut them down completely tonight. They had shots on goal, but really not what I would call good scoring chances at all. The Mavericks had numerous scoring chances, and they were able to put away 6 of them. So a really, really good night of hockey for the Maverick fans and for the Maverick team, and a great way to celebrate the start of the weekend that should end up with a conference title outright tomorrow night.
Let's get into the highlights, and as we do, it's not going to take the Mavericks long. We knew the first goal was going to be critical tonight. It took the Mavericks about 100 seconds to pull that off.
Yeah, Zeb Knutson from Hunterbrinker and Gervais at 1:52. Here's the pass out front, and Knutson finishes, and it's 1-0 Mavericks very early in the game. Now here's a shot from just inside the blue line from Teddy Bluger from Dylan Marganeri and Sean Flanagan. Bluger's 10th of the season at 13-18. Marganeri makes it 3-0 at the end of the first period and knocks out the goaltender Mike Bitzer with a shot right there from Teddy Bluger at 15:51. It's 3-0 Mavericks. They go up 4-0 on a shot right here. Carter Foguth takes a pass from down low. He puts it away at 14:17 in the second to make it 4-0 Mavericks. Here's the one goal for the Beavers tonight, and it's a breakaway goal from Marcus Gerbrandt from John Parker at 14:48 to make it 4-1. Jimmy Mullen with his second of the season right here. He waits. The goaltender does not have a stick, and he's able to put it away from Bluger and Marganeri at 5:24. And the final goal from Jordan Nelson at 9:36. Brett Knowles with the assist, and the Mavericks end up winning 6-1. Final score. You get a second look at Mullen's shot right there. So Mavericks with just a heck of a night of hockey tonight, and they win 6-1 tonight, Don, and just unbelievable. I did not expect this at all tonight. I really thought a 2-1, 3-1 game, something like that, would be the way the whole weekend would be played. But the Mavericks said, Don, now let's take care of this tonight.
And I'm sure, obviously, again, the Beavers certainly not at all with a great effort here tonight, and I'm sure they'd be the first to admit that, and we know we're going to see a more inspired effort from them tomorrow night. But all the credit in the world goes to the Mavericks because they took advantage of the home crowd, they took advantage of being in their own building, the surroundings, and they got to work right away, and they just never really took their foot off the gas.
Now, and this might go back to last weekend even, because they played this way up in Alaska, just absolutely shut down defense and scoring, and they played a really good weekend up in Alaska last weekend, and I think it just carried over to this weekend, and they played exceptionally well tonight.
Game summary of the contest as far as statistics, and again, some night shots on goal can be a bit misleading. Not at all
No.
here tonight. It was that dominant for the Mavericks. Neither team is scoring on the power play opportunities. Face-offs, pretty even contest right there. But, again, there was a dominating performance, and it all started with that first goal tonight, and that indeed is, in fact, going to be our JBL top 4 play of the game. And that'll be that goal by Knutson that came so early in the contest, 1:48, as Hunter Brinker and Gervais was able to assist on the play. But one more look at our JBL top 4 play of the game. JBL Real Estate Group does the little things that make a big difference. And there were a lot of guys that made a big difference tonight. Certainly those 3 right there, Gervais, Knutson, and Hunter Brinker. But Bluger had the multiple-point night. Marganeri had a multiple-point night as well. Again, a lot of Mavericks contributed in this one, and they just continue to roll along as they get that, at least the tie of the WCHA regular season championship. But let's take a look at some of the other out-of-town scores, Dan, that will factor into that as well.
Well, Tech wins 4-0, so they still have a chance of tying for the title. Alabama Huntsville beats Bowling Green, so Bowling Green is out. They can forget about their chance of winning the title. Ferris State beats Lake Superior State 3-1. Alaska and Anchorage getting underway. St. Cloud State leads Colorado College 3-1. UMD shuts out to Miami of Ohio tonight 5-0. It's Denver over Nebraska 2-0 in the second. North Dakota big over Western Michigan 5-1 in the second period. Gophers win tonight. They maintain their lead in the Big Ten. Penn State beats Wisconsin. Michigan loses to Ohio State. The Gophers now have a 4-point lead over Michigan for first place in the Big Ten. And Boston in overtime over Massachusetts tonight 2-1.
And I need to ask the people in the truck one more time if maybe, Dan, you remember the Lake Superior State score?
Lake Superior State lost. I believe it was 2-1.
All right. So the Mavericks really right now, we know they'll finish either first or second.
Yes.
Obviously a tie for first, but in terms of standings for the WCHA, first or second, which means they would play either the 7th or the 8th seeded team. Both Alaska teams getting set to go out there tonight. That'll determine the 8th seed. And again, Lake Superior with the loss tonight. They're in 7th right now. But Bemidji State in 6th, neither of those teams gain any ground. So things starting to crystallize a little bit, but still a little bit foggy in the mirror.
I think that the real surprise of the night is Bowling Green giving up 7 goals to Alabama Huntsville. That's just unheard of. They hadn't scored more than 6 since 2010. 6 years, and now they get 7 tonight, and that was just a shocking thing because they're playing for a conference title. And not surprised that Alabama gave them a game, but that they are out of it now, so it's down to a 2-team race tomorrow night.
Well, we started the broadcast knowing that the Mavericks with a win would at least take care of a tie of the WCHA championship. They did that. They got the chance to show off the cup tonight, which is going to stay in Mankato at least for another year, but still things yet to be determined, and that's what we're going to head off the broadcast with tonight. And again, we remind you that tomorrow night we're back here in downtown Mankato at 7 o'clock for the pregame show, 7:07 our face-off, as the Mavericks and the Beavers go after one more time. Mavericks looking to get the top seed, get the regular season championship outright, so still a lot to be played for. And the Mavericks, hopefully they'll bring the same effort. We know we're going to see a better effort from Bemidji State.
Certainly. I don't think there's any question that they will be up to the task tomorrow night and be a much better club than we saw tonight.
One more time, our final score from downtown Mankato. It was Minnesota State Mankato 6 and Bemidji State 1. For Dan McCarger and myself, Don Westfall, and the rest of the students from Bethany Lutheran College, we thank you for watching, and we look forward to bringing you tomorrow night's broadcast again, 7 o'clock from downtown Mankato.